So guys, now let's do the last part of our UI. So let's go to our lobby browser screen and then here UI and use the image. I'm going to make it big a little bit. So going to call it room list. If you want, you can also change the color to something else. After that, I'm going to our room list, create an empty object to hold our rooms. So here again, room list. I'm going to change this on room list background. So bg. I'm going to make this object as so in the size of our background. Just a little bit from this side. So now we want, when we have a more rooms, we want that it's coming down and up. Okay. So for doing that, but before that, we need to make the pivot point to 1, because if we are going to have that we are going to also make it in the top as well, because the pivot point is in the middle. So we want this pivot point come in top of our image. So here I'm going to put it at 1. So now when we are going to stretch our room list, it's going always going down now. So now make an image. So UI image, and I'm going to stretch this image. And bring it up. So we can also change the color. So like that. And I'm going to rename it room button. So now we need also a button component for that as well. So here you can write button, add component and button. Here you can add so button to it, and then later we are going to make an event for that. Now again, right click UI. This time we can use the text mesh pro and make it the size of our uh, background. So just a little bit bring it here. So here I'm going to change it to room name text. Make it bold if you want, and I'm going to change the color to black. Want it to be at the middle, so not middle from this side. So now the text is coming in the middle. Here, just room name. In the top, I'm going to rename it to room name text. Now I'm going to duplicate our room name text. Control D or just click on the duplicate, and we are going to name it to player counter text, and I'm going to bring it to the other side. Then I'm going to make alignment from the left side instead of from the right side. So here we can write, for example, 2/2. So I'm going to make the size of the font also a little bit bigger, so 15, to be bold. Room name also to be 50 as well. And I can now make it a little bit bigger. So now let's going back to our room list and add vertical layout group as well. So now when we are going to duplicate our home button, it's going automatically to adjust that. But we don't want to adjust it from the height. We want here the spacing of maybe 20. And also let's make because right now it's the first button is completely top, and we want to have a padding from the top side of 5 or 10 pixels. So I'm going to put it at maybe also 15 pixels as well. So now we want the school bar for our list. So let's go to our lobby browser screen, not to our uh, room list background. Actually, let's do it at lobby browser screen. So here we need right click, UI, and school bar. So now I'm going to change that from the direction left to right to from bottom to top. Let's bring it to the side and now adjust a little bit bigger. So now let's change the background color to something a little bit gold or black. And the handle, so when we are going to inside of that we have a handle. I'm going to change this color maybe to red or to another color. So now let's duplicate more buttons, room buttons. So now as we see that the button is going outside of our image, so we are going to our room list background. We need another component, and that is our school rect. So, and also rect mask 2D. As you see now, the buttons is down. The button there is buttons, but they are not visible. So now for that our schooling, because right now if I'm going to play, it still doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. So to make it work, we need to go to our room list background. Here we have a content. We need to put that room list as the content. What else we need to change is the movement type from the elastic to clamp. We don't want also any horizontal because we don't want to from the left and right or the right to left. We just want from down to top. So I'm going to change and to remove the horizontal as well, just vertical. So now here we have also scroll sensitivity. I'm going to make it at 20. And how fast we want that the scroll is going to up and down. And then we have the viewpoint is our um, viewpoint. We can put the background actually. So room list background. And the vertical scroll bar is the scroll bar that we create here. And as you see, it make it to the size of our background. So now when we are going to our home list, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So now when we play, we should be able to move it. So down and up. So now last part that we need to do, we need to duplicate our container again here. And I'm going to bring it to the lobby browser screen. Now here I'm going to remove the vertical layout group. We don't need that one. We can instead add the horizontal layout group. So now let's bring it down there. So now I'm going to also want to control the child size and a spacing of 20, and let's make it to the as big as to the size of our background. So now let's change the name of them. So instead of a start game, I'm going to rename it to refresh button. Change the text as well. And instead of lib, so lib lobby to back button. Change to back. So now it's become like that. So now almost we done everything that we need for our our menu. Now we can close them. The only things that we need to do right now is to just make these buttons as a prefab because we don't want to see the room that is showing room name 2.2. So we want to instantiate from our prefab folder. So I'm going to create a new prefab folder. Then I'm going to bring one of our room button inside of that. So now we can delete all of them. just click on the first one and the shift button, the last one, and highlight all of them and then delete them. So now whenever we want, we can just add this button there from the script and add the rooms to this list. So now let's create an empty object. I'm going to call it menu manager or menu. Then I'm going to have a script. Here also I'm going to create a new C# script. I'm going to call it menu. So now let's go into our menu manager. We need to add a photon view component to that. And also we want add our menu to it. We also need to do the same things for our manager to network manager. We need to bring the network manager here as well. So I'm going to our scene. So I'm going to save the scene first. Then let's change the scene to game. Here I'm going to prefab, added the network manager there. So now let's go to our main menu. Here also I'm going to add from the prefab network manager. Here as also want here the photon to add the photon view here as well. So now I'm going to put also the max per layer at 20 and photon view of network to 1, down this one to 2. So now in the next part we are going to scripting our menu. See you in the next video.